The kitchen light comes on before anyone speaks. Its hum settles into the room while the floor stays cool. A cup is set on the counter, still warm from the rinse. Morning moves this way most days, without ceremony, without asking what is still unfinished. A child's backpack leans against the chair, half-zipped, crumbs caught in the seam. Someone forgot to turn off the hallway light again. There is already a sense of running behind, even before the clock is checked. Enough was planned, enough was packed, enough was meant to be handled later. It rests in the room quietly, like something waiting without making demands. The day has not started yet, but it is already full. Hands pause on the counter for a brief second longer than planned. Nothing is wrong here, and nothing feels finished either. The light stays on. Time moves quietly, just for a moment now. The morning keeps moving even when no one says anything. A spoon taps the side of the bowl, once, then again, not out of hurry but habit. Milk leaves a pale ring where the carton was set down too quickly. There is a list somewhere, maybe on the phone, maybe folded into a pocket. It holds errands, replies, small promises made to other people. It does not mention the way the shoulders tighten while standing at the counter. A child asks where the other sock went. The question is familiar enough to feel older than today. One sock appears under the table, already carrying the dust of the floor. The kettle clicks off. Steam lifts and disappears before it reaches the cabinet doors. The cup is filled higher than needed, because stopping at enough takes more attention than expected. There are lunches to pack, bags to check, a reminder to sign something later. Each task arrives politely, one after another, never raising its voice. Together, they make the room feel smaller than it is. A message comes in on the phone. It waits, lighting the screen, patient in its own way. There will be time for it, just not right now. The refrigerator hums, steady and low. It has been doing this for years, unnoticed until the house goes quiet. It does not ask whether today will be handled well. Someone reaches for a jacket, then stops, then reaches again. The weather has already been checked, but certainty slips easily. The zipper catches, releases, and finally closes. There is a moment at the sink. Hands rinse a plate that could have waited. Water runs longer than necessary, not because of the plate, but because stopping feels abrupt. Enough food sits on the counter. Enough time remains, technically. Enough effort has already been given to the morning. And still, there is a sense of being slightly behind, as if the day started earlier without notice. The clock says otherwise, but clocks only measure one kind of thing. They do not account for how much attention has already been spent. A child's voice drifts from the other room, narrating something half-imagined. It fills the space between tasks without asking permission. For a moment, the list loosens its grip. The door opens to the hallway, then closes again. Shoes are lined up unevenly, some smaller, some worn at the heel. They wait to be stepped into, loyal and uncomplaining. The cup of tea cools on the counter. A thin skin forms on the surface, almost invisible unless watched closely. It happens whether anyone is ready for it or not. There is a sense that if just one more thing were done, the day would feel settled. One more message answered. One more item checked off. The counter is wiped clean, though it was already clean enough. The motion is slow, careful, repeating a shape learned long ago. The cloth is folded neatly, then unfolded, then folded again. Outside, a car passes. Its sound fades quickly, leaving the street unchanged. Life continues somewhere else, too. The room holds everything without comment. The light stays on. Nothing arrives to say this is sufficient. The day stretches forward from the doorway, already shaped by small decisions. A reminder sounds softly, then is silenced without being read. There will be a better moment for it later. The kitchen is left as it is, almost tidy, almost ready. Crumbs remain near the edge of the counter, unnoticed for now. They will be found this evening, when the light is lower. Outside, the air feels different than expected. Cooler, or maybe just quieter. The jacket turns out to be unnecessary, but it stays on anyway. Steps move down the path with practiced ease. Keys are checked once, then again, without distrust, just familiarity. The lock clicks, a sound that means responsibility has shifted. There is traffic already, even at this hour. Cars inch forward, each holding a private urgency. No one looks at anyone else for very long. A child's voice rises from the back seat, asking a question that does not need an answer. It fills the space between stoplights. The question drifts away before it finishes forming. At the corner, someone hesitates before turning. The signal changes, forgiving the pause. Morning allows these small mercies without acknowledgement. The radio stays off. Silence feels easier to manage than information. The road hums softly beneath the tires. There is a sense of carrying more than what fits in the hands. Appointments, expectations, the memory of something left undone yesterday. None of it is heavy enough to name as burden. A message arrives. It waits. The phone stays face down. The building comes into view, familiar and unchanged. Its windows reflect the sky without revealing what happens inside. The car is parked slightly crooked, corrected, then corrected again. Inside, the air smells faintly of cleaner and old paper. Lights flicker on in rooms that have been empty all night. Desks wait patiently, holding yesterday's arrangement. A greeting is exchanged, brief and efficient. It carries no extra weight. Everyone moves toward their place. Tasks begin to line up without being asked. An email is opened, then closed, then opened again. Words are read twice, just to be sure they mean what they say. Time passes in measured pieces. Coffee cools, reheated and forgotten again. A pen rolls off the desk and is retrieved without comment. There is a moment of pause between one task and the next. It lasts only a few seconds. Nothing fills it, and nothing needs to. The sense of almost enough returns quietly. Enough progress made to keep moving. Enough left undone to ensure tomorrow will be similar. A colleague sighs softly nearby. The sound passes through the room without attaching itself to anyone. Work continues around it. Lunch arrives without hunger announcing it. Food is eaten while reading something else. The taste registers only after swallowing. Outside the window, light shifts slightly. Clouds move on without ceremony. The day does not pause to be noticed. There is a thought, barely formed, that if things were just a little more finished, rest would feel possible. The thought does not stay long. Something else takes its place. The chair is pushed back, then forward again. Posture is adjusted, then forgotten. The body adapts without instruction. Enough effort has been given for now. Enough attention spent to keep things from falling behind. Still, the sense of completion does not arrive. The clock moves forward. The room holds its quiet rhythm. Nothing signals that this is sufficient. The afternoon does not arrive all at once. It settles gradually, like light shifting across the floor without asking permission. Screens dim slightly as clouds pass, then brighten again. There is a pause before standing up. The chair creaks, familiar and unremarkable. Movement feels slower now, as if the body has decided to conserve something unnamed. A hallway stretches longer than expected. Footsteps echo once, then soften. The building holds its own breath between sounds. Hands rest on a railing for a moment. The metal is cool, steady, unchanged by the day's requests. It offers support without commentary. A window opens partway. Air moves in, carrying a trace of dust and distant traffic. It changes the room without announcing itself. Thoughts drift away from lists and screens. They move toward small things instead. The shape of light on a wall. the way a shadow leans slightly to one side. Someone passes by, nodding in acknowledgement. The nod contains no urgency. It passes cleanly, leaving nothing behind. There is a moment when nothing is required. It is brief but complete. The body recognizes it before the mind does. A cup is lifted, then set down untouched. The warmth lingers in the hands longer than expected. Attention stays there, quietly. The sense of almost enough loosens its grip. Not gone. Just resting. Outside, leaves move against each other, creating a soft, uneven sound. It does not repeat itself exactly. It is enough to listen without naming. The afternoon holds fewer sharp edges. Tasks still exist, but they wait differently now. They line up at a distance, less insistent. A breath deepens without being directed. Shoulders lower a fraction. The body adjusts itself the way it always has. There is room here. Not wide, not dramatic. Just enough to stand without bracing. A memory surfaces briefly. A kitchen from years ago. Light falling across a table in much the same way. The memory does not ask to be understood. It passes through like a familiar scent. Gone before it can be held. Work resumes, but with softer edges. Keys are pressed more slowly. Mistakes are corrected without commentary. The clock continues its quiet movement. It feels less watched now. Time moves whether it is measured or not. Another pause arrives between tasks. It stays a little longer this time. Nothing rushes to fill it. The room breathes. The building settles around its occupants. Outside, the afternoon keeps unfolding. There is no signal that anything has been achieved. No mark to say this is enough. Still, something eases. Hands return to the desk. Movement feels more deliberate now. Less pulled. The light changes again. Shadows lengthen without explanation. The day leans toward evening. Evening begins quietly, without a clear edge. The light outside softens, turning windows into mirrors. Rooms hold their shape, but something in them relaxes. The door opens and closes again. Shoes are slipped off near the entrance, not placed neatly, just freed. The floor feels cooler through thin socks. A familiar sound comes from the kitchen. A drawer opening. A drawer closing, slower than before. Someone asks what's for dinner. The question floats in the air without expectation. An answer comes later, after a pause. The counter fills with simple things. Vegetables waiting to be cut. A pan warming slowly on the stove. Hands move without instruction. They know these motions from years of repetition. There is comfort in not deciding each step. The day lingers in the body. Not as stories, but as weight and temperature. It settles into shoulders, into the small of the back. A child talks while sitting at the table. The words wander from one idea to another. They do not need to arrive anywhere. Water runs over produce. Its sound fills the small gaps between sentences. It keeps going when conversation fades. The knife moves steadily. Each cut lands where expected. There is no rush to finish. The sense of almost enough returns again, gentler now. Enough energy to stand here. Enough attention to listen halfway. Something simmers. Steam rises and disappears into the hood's low hum. The air changes, becoming warmer, heavier. A chair scrapes lightly against the floor. Someone shifts their weight. The table waits. There is a moment of quiet while food cooks. No one fills it right away. The clock ticks once, then blends into the background. Plates are set out, mismatched but familiar. They have held many versions of dinner before. They do not compare one night to another. A phone buzzes somewhere nearby. It is left unanswered. The sound fades on its own. Food is served. Not ceremoniously. Just placed where it belongs. Everyone sits. Not all at once. one by one, in their own time. The first bite is taken without comment. Heat spreads through the mouth and chest. The body registers it before opinion forms. Conversation drifts, then pauses. Forks tap softly against plates. The rhythm is uneven but steady. There is enough here. Enough food. Enough presence to stay seated. The day loosens further as eating continues. The sense of unfinished things moves farther away. It does not leave, but it waits elsewhere. Someone laughs briefly. The sound rises and falls naturally. No one holds onto it. After the meal, plates are stacked. Water runs again, warmer this time. Hands move through soap and residue. The table is wiped down. Crumbs are gathered without judgment. The surface clears. A child wanders off to another room. Footsteps fade down the hallway. A door clicks shut softly. The kitchen light remains on. It reflects off clean counters. The room looks ready, though nothing has been declared finished. There is no clear signal that the day has given enough. Still, standing here, breathing slows. The hum of the refrigerator fills the space. Outside, night continues its gradual arrival. Inside, the house settles into itself. Enough is not named, but it lingers nearby. Night arrives without announcing itself. It settles into corners first, then spreads evenly across the rooms. Lamps are turned on one by one, each creating its own small island of light. The house sounds different now. Lower. More contained. Dishes finish drying on the rack. They stand close together, edges touching, steady. No one checks if they are fully dry. A blanket is pulled over the back of the couch. Not arranged carefully. Just placed where it can be reached. Someone sits down and exhales without noticing it happen. The body releases what it has been holding since morning. It does this on its own, when given the chance. A child's voice comes from another room again. Quieter now? Words blur together, unimportant in their details. The television stays off. The room holds its own movement without needing anything added. Light flickers faintly from outside as a car passes. There is a moment of standing still in the doorway. Not deciding where to go next. Just standing. The sense of not quite enough appears again, softer than before. Enough done to make it through the day. Enough left undone to be returned to later. A glass of water is poured. Ice clinks once, then settles. The sound is brief and complete. Hands rest on the counter. The surface is cool now. It reflects a dim version of the room. Someone asks about homework. The question is answered without urgency. It does not need to be finished tonight. A hallway light is turned off. Another stays on. The house adjusts. Footsteps move slowly across the floor. They know where furniture sits without looking. The body remembers these paths. There is a quiet stretch of time where nothing demands attention. It is not labeled as rest. It simply exists. Thoughts drift toward tomorrow. They do not settle anywhere yet. They hover at a distance. A chair is nudged closer to the table. The sound is small, but it fills the space briefly. Then it disappears. The sense of striving fades further into the background. It does not leave entirely. It just stops speaking so loudly. Outside, night insects begin their uneven rhythm. The sound comes through the window screen. It does not ask to be interpreted. A child passes through the room in pajamas. They pause, then continue on. No one comments. The blanket is pulled around shoulders. Warmth arrives gradually. The body waits for it. There is a feeling of being held by the routine itself. Not by achievement. Not by completion. The clock ticks somewhere unseen. Its sound blends into the night. Time continues without supervision. A light is turned off in the kitchen. The hum of the refrigerator grows more noticeable. It has always been there. Enough has happened for one day. Not everything. Just enough to arrive here. Someone sits quietly, listening to the house. The sounds are familiar. They do not need to be named. The night holds what remains. Nothing presses forward. The moment stays open. Later, the house grows quieter without effort. Doors are closed halfway. Lights remain on in rooms no one is using. The hallway feels longer at night. Shadows stretch across the floor, soft at the edges. They do not hide anything. A child sleeps with one arm outside the blanket. Breathing is steady, untroubled by the day. The room holds still around that rhythm. The sink is empty now. No cups waiting. No plates leaning against each other. Water has dried into faint marks that catch the light. They will be wiped away tomorrow. Or not. Someone stands at the doorway for a moment. Not checking. Just looking. The sense of enough feels different here. Quieter. Less attached to effort. It does not arrive as a conclusion. It sits nearby, unannounced. Like a chair pulled slightly back from the table. Outside, a single car passes. Its sound moves through the street and disappears. Nothing follows it. The clock reads later than expected. Time has slipped by gently. No one has been watching closely. A blanket is adjusted again. The fabric settles where it wants to be. The body follows. Breath slows without instruction. Each one arrives fully, then leaves. There is no need to count. The day rests now. Not finished. Just paused. Thoughts appear and dissolve. A conversation from earlier. A task remembered, then released. They do not stay long. Night does not hold onto them. It lets them pass through. A light is turned off in the hallway. The click is small but final. Darkness fills the space evenly. The refrigerator hum becomes clearer. It marks the silence without breaking it. A steady presence, doing what it always does. There is a moment of sitting on the edge of the bed. The mattress gives slightly underweight. The body recognizes this as permission. Clothes are set aside for morning. Not chosen carefully. Just made ready enough. The window reflects a faint outline of the room. Outside, nothing is happening that needs attention. The world continues without asking. The question of whether enough has been done does not come up. It seems less relevant here. Night has no use for it. A child turns over in sleep. The movement is brief. Stillness returns. The house holds these small sounds without reaction. Floorboards. Breathing. A distant dog barking once, then stopping. Someone lies down. The ceiling waits above, familiar and unchanged. Eyes close without ceremony. There is no review of the day. No tally. No correction. Just this quiet holding. This pause where nothing is expected next. The day loosens its grip completely. Enough does not announce itself. It does not need to. It remains, quietly, as the night deepens. The house rests into its final shape for the night. Nothing more is adjusted. Nothing more is checked. A light remains on somewhere, forgotten. Its glow is soft, unbothered by the dark around it. It keeps company without being asked. Breathing fills the room in a slow, steady way. Not dramatic. Just present. Outside, the street settles. Inside, the quiet deepens on its own. There is space now where effort used to be. The question of what was done well does not return. Neither does the list of what remains. They seem less interested in this hour. The body sinks into stillness, piece by piece. Shoulders first. Then hands. There is no need to mark this moment. It does not need to be remembered later. It is enough to be here while it happens. The night holds what could not be finished. It also holds what was never meant to be. Everything rests side by side without comparison. Somewhere, a child turns in sleep. A blanket shifts. The house listens and continues holding. The sense of needing more loosens quietly. Not solved. Just set down for now. Time moves forward without ceremony. Morning will arrive when it does. There is nothing required before then. The light hums. The room stays still. Enough remains unnamed, and it stays.